post-show right now. Thank you so much, Lady B. See you next time, everybody. All right, post-show time. Only can do a short one this week because I have to race off in a half an hour. Yeah, half hour. Yeah, bulletproof backpacks. And, you know, we're gonna get to the point, by the way, where thanks, Brad. I appreciate that, and thank you to everybody again in starting off with Act early on. Sandra and Hal Vickery and Billy and Fessor Frink and Natalie and Robert, Amos, James, hold on, Billy and Julie, I thanks so much. I saw that as I was sort of finishing a thought. Oh, and thank you, Donna. Wow. We need super chat on iPad and iPhone, especially. You had to get out of the bed to come to my laptop. Thanks, Donna, for getting up and crossing the room to do that. That's really awesome. Yeah, the idea that, and I get to drop my headphones now because I don't have it. Thank you so much, Lady B. We'll see you next time. Wonderful. All right, now we can hang up, and I don't have to worry so much about the connection. It's funny to me that, you know, anymore, you know, we'll get occasional YouTube problems, but most of them I can handle, especially audio-wise. It shouldn't be a problem anymore, but man. Yeah. So there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about in the post show today, not the least of which is let's see if there's a so the Gates thing and the Manafort thing I think is like a trial balloon for the Don Jr. Jared mess. It's almost like it creates thanks, Jamie. That's awesome. Appreciate that. That, you know, basically we're seeing the outline, the pencil drawing of going after Jared and Trump in the going after Manafort and Gates kind of stuff. That's that, you know, if that makes sense to you guys. And for me, that we'll probably see that start to play out over the next 5 months. I'm guessing by June, we're gonna see a big flourish of stuff right now. We'll see how there's a bit of a chess move, seeing how the Republicans react to Gates and Manafort going down. I think they're seeing if they can flip Manafort. They've got obviously a fallback plan, with others. Manafort and Gates sounds like a law firm. Well, Manafort, Gates, and was it Stone? Was Roger Stone? Yeah, I want to say Manafort, Gates, Stone, or whatever. Was that their PR firm? Let's see. What was their organization? I think that's right, wasn't it? They work with Oleg Deripaska. Let's see. Rolling decade long business here, Gates. Now they don't list the name of it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. 4 weeks? That's what you think, Edward? Cheers, Al Vickery. Thank you for sticking around. Not firm. Okay. All we need to do is dress everyone in school in that nice Kevlar like Keanu Reeves and John. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody. Billy Hutchins, Black Panther. Yeah, I'm curious. Like, it would almost be cool to do a separate show about Black Panther if you guys want to talk about it at some point after everybody's seen it. Maybe later this week. I don't know. Does everybody need another week to go see it? Has everybody seen Black Panther, by the way, in this? I like the best thing that you can come from a gun is the worst day of your life. Yeah, it's true. Having to use a gun to kill someone to save your own life is a series of bad circumstances that all led to awful. 20 years from now. Yeah. At the bowling center, just started a game with and converted 710, but still managed to finish it with a clean 215. Wow. Rocky Mountain Mike. Yes, a Black Panther show. Awesome. Wakanda forever. All right. Know-how? What? I missed the second out. I see. Oh, because you were bowling. I see. Haven't seen it yet? Okay. So Ginger hasn't seen it. Amos hasn't seen it. Julie hasn't seen it. Okay, so we'll give you guys at least another week. See if you can manage to do it. It's a longish movie. There was a 4-hour cut that was given to the composer, allegedly. So I don't know if they're going to release it at some point, but yeah, brother, saw it Thursday night before opening night. Sent you a tweet that night. Yeah, so damn good. Wakanda Forever. Yeah, I liked it a lot. There were a couple of moments that I literally kind of teared up about it. There's a clear storyline. This is not a spoiler in any way, but there's the story. Oof, oof, oof. Right. There's a real MLK versus Malcolm X storyline that plays up very big. It was very present in the Professor Xavier Magneto storylines as well. So it's not like Marvel is new to that idea. The question, what is the proper response to violence against your people or yourself? There's all sorts of alt-right fever dreams about it. One that it's, on the one hand, that it's this black nationalist movie, and how horrifying to hear black people speak like you speak must make these assholes panic like crazy. But the idea that it's a walled city that doesn't let non-Wakandans in is actually reinforcement for the Trump wall concept, and they've been talking about that a bunch because of Wakanda's effectively I forget what the name it was. In Ayn Rand and Atlas Shrugged, they had that village in the mountains. If you guys, I don't know if anybody who's, let's see, I'll have to look it up. Atlas Shrugged Mountain City, or whatever it was. Galt's, yeah. Galt's Gulch? Really? Is that what it was called? That's ridiculous. It's on Conservapedia, Boise. But Wakanda takes down their wall at the end in a speech at the UN appears to be aimed at Trump and other white nationalists. Yeah, well, it says we build bridges, not barriers, or whatever. They still don't let people in. What they do is they venture out into the world with their technology. They're going to give it as a gift, but they're not letting people in. So, Galt's Gulch, also known as Mulligan's Valley or Atlantis, was the secluded community founded by Midas Mulligan and composed entirely of participants in the Great Strike of Men of the Mind called on by John Galt. Yeah, so it's effectively for the classical lands here for the U.S. that it was sort of a version of that. Sounds like a SpaceX planet, right? Spider-Man 3 sucked so bad I don't watch Marvel movies, period. I recommend Captain America First Avenger a lot. I've really grown to love that movie over a while. I mean, I like the other ones too. I have my problems with Civil War. It's one of those things where you got so many A-list actors playing your heroes that you don't have any villains left over. They don't have any villain money left. That just sounds third world. Which one? Yeah, Lauren does again. Hey, no spoilers. I'm not. It's yeah. We'll try and keep that to a minimum. But it's worth discussing. Is the point? There's a lot of politically to unpack, and it's not like the movie is unaware that there is a lot politically to unpack. I've never seen a Marvel movie, but will be trying more. All right, Jennifer, that's interesting because here's what I will say. And this is an experience I had on Queer as Folk, is that at the time we were doing Queer as Folk, DC was not interested in us using DC characters on the walls of Michael's apartment or his comic book shop when gay stuff was happening. That if there was any kissing going on or men holding hands, we were not supposed to show any of that stuff, and it got weird and snippy. After some blowback, that's, I think, about the time we had the gay Green Lantern character showed up. had some. I don't doubt that it had a little bit to do with that pushback. Marvel, on the other hand, could not have been more accepting from the minute we asked. So they were like, yeah, if you want to have a poster on the wall and there's gay people making love in the foreground, that's life. Okay. They were great about it. Captain America Winter Soldier is a great callback to spy thrillers too. That's right. And it's an interesting one about brotherhood and all that, See, that makes me happy. Yeah. Yeah. Paradise Island for Wonder Woman. Yeah. I'm reading back through your chats on this, whatever. So, yeah, Marvel was great. And it's nice to know that because I was always a Marvel fan. I've always loved Spider-Man, always loved The Punisher. Conan, when they put out the Conan comic books when I was a kid, those were my favorites as well. Didn't really get into the X-Men thing because it was too sprawling for me, but I was very much into Wolverine and Punisher. How do you think Robert Mueller will be examining the money flowing from Russia to political parties or candidates soon? I think, Edward, that they're clamping down on that quite a bit, and there's a lot more scrutiny on it. It's going to be much harder to do. And if you have any of these situations in the coming cycle where these companies come into existence in 24 hours, give $1 million to a candidate or a party and then dismantle in the same day, it's going to get a lot more scrutiny than it used to. I fell asleep watching Wonder Woman last weekend, as you do. How do you think? I like the first Captain America. So do I, and I didn't at first, and I love it now. I used to collect all the X-Men related titles way too much. Yeah, love Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider is one of those unappreciated storylines. The guy who sells his soul to the devil to save his daughter and then buys his way out of hell by claiming evil, capturing evil on the earth, is great. So I repeated my previous question: who is responsible for granting White House security clearances? Anyone know? Technically, the FBI and the Justice Department don't grant it. They advise on whether or not you're allowed to. The president and his chief of staff technically sign the final waiver based on their recommendation. So yeah, the president and the chief of staff can do it though. The chief of staff can actually do that, but he does it based on the idea that he doesn't have the sole ability to do it. So he does it on if the DOJ, the Department of Justice, and the or the AG or the FBI, if they sign off on it, he basically just goes okay, and it's a rubber stamp from the chief of staff. If they don't sign off on it, the president does it or can do it. Yes, the president can also say someone doesn't deserve it if he can say won't if the FBI says it's okay that they have it too, technically, both directions, but no one would ever do that. And ultimately, you're going to see that Trump at some point is going to start giving out anybody Trump says can have clearance that hasn't earned it through the normal channels. You can expect that he will be pardoning them at some point in the future. The Watchmen had lesbian relationships right out front. This is true. Yeah. Technically, 45 could override the recommendations, but it is saying he won't, but Kelly can if he wants to. Now, he's giving Kelly permission to do it. Is effectively the same thing. So he is overriding it. No more Brokeback episodes yet. DC Comics had a limited series called Camelot 3000, which Lancelot is reincarnated in the body of a female. Trump may have quietly already given Kushner clearance. Yeah, I think that's what he did, Tom. I think he's given Kelly the right to, he was like, sign off on them, let them in. I think they should be let in or whatever. But then Kelly also knows that his entire future rests on whether or not these people are trustworthy. And if he doesn't, the problem is Kelly really has a problem with Kushner in that if Kushner ends up not being trustworthy, if Kushner ends up giving out secrets, and it's found that he was in debt to the Russians or in debt to the Chinese or somebody, and he gave them information that he had access to in exchange for leniency on loans or protection or them to invest in his properties to help him buy his way out of these things, General Kelly is the one that will be historically responsible for that. And Trump is making sure that's the case by saying what he said. Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. They'll throw him under the bus in a heartbeat. They do not. I mean, they do not care. He has to have an interim clearance on file for him to be anywhere near classified info. That's right. Most of them get it right away with the idea that they'll eventually be able to get clearance. And so there's, over the years, it's kind of understood that, yeah, of course, anybody the president would hire, he's not going to hire the president. Why would the president hire somebody who doesn't deserve clearance in any way? So, and the answer is because he's in debt to these same countries is why. I doubt Trump would be bound by public info inquiries. His constitutional authority is pretty vast. That's right. It is taking 2 years for clearances. That's right, Julie. And it'll be worse for Kushner because the Mueller probe will have to finish before he can be cleared of it. And I don't see the Mueller probe in its current state and what they're going afterwards and who they've got working for them. I don't see them getting to a point that clears Jared. Like, that's just goofy. I do clearances for my people. Yeah. So Julie, you know more about this than the rest of us do in some ways. Certainly. Chris Claremont's original intent for Nightcrawler's parents was Destiny as his mother and Mystique morphing into a male to be his biological father back in the early 80s. Well, that's because Mystique isn't male or female. Mystique is effectively a neo-mutated human-ish life form. Because once you start getting into she's a female who morphs into a male, then then she's not a female really. That's always the question. He won't pass the test. I agree, Julie. Yeah. That's why low taxes is a canard, because the taxes could be at zero and they'd still rather underpay a Chinese kid than pay an American a living wage. That's right. Yeah. Russia. Yes. I got a security check every time I come home. My wife, she's working for the FBI. It's not Mystique. That's funny. Mystique is just hot. I agree. Julie's got cred. This is clear. Yeah, so Trump was born without the shame gene, but got twice the normal amount of douchebag gene. Other than gene being spelled Gene. Yeah. Are you coming to Chicago in March? Yes, I think so, Ted. We're doing the event we're going to do in Chicago is in May, the one that's actually for the show. But I will more than likely be following up, spending part of my time with Cam on spring break in Chicago. So there you go. Spider-Man taking all that crap from the newspaper boss, and he was a stringer, not even an employee. Right. Everything else totally believable. Yeah. I have a security clearance. I don't know if that's credit or not. I don't have Russia in my back pocket. Right. Hal gave me clearance, but I have to wait for my clearance patch. Only clearance you need. Right. That's true. Chicago in May, nothing like a little Hal in the springtime. Is Jean Grey the Phoenix? That's right. Yeah. Well, Gene Simmons took his name from Gene Simmons, who spelled it the other way. So, because Gene Simmons from Kiss, his real name is Chaim Vitz. He was born in, is it Hadith? Where was it? Yeah, in Israel. He's an Israeli immigrant. Yeah, it's funny because I would love to have I almost feel like we need to have a movie viewing, like one of those MST3K moments where we all get together and watch a movie. No, it wasn't Tel Aviv. Let's see, Sal, if you get this new gig, do they shoot on Saturdays? I don't think so, but the problem is it may shoot in a foreign country where Saturdays are a different day. So we'll see, at least for a little bit. It might be one of those things where I'm having a separate YouTube show with you guys and then uploading my show later. I won't be in next Saturday. Check out colleges for my daughter. We're going to check out. Aw. Then come to my apartment. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Lady B's going to be out in L.A. next weekend. That's great. No, the May date is the 26th. It's a Saturday. I believe. Let me check. Just making sure. Yeah, May 26th is the show we will be doing in Chicago. We're finding a venue now. California Theater 3000. Who's manning the phones? Oh yeah, somebody. Chris will be manning the phones next week. Are you on your own without Lady B? Are you afraid? Yes, very. Although she's going to be out here, so I might just have her set her up on a mic and have her sit here with me, so you can just watch how I scramble to get stuff working. I wouldn't make her work on this. I'm just going to take her to lunch when she's here. Yeah, May 26th will be the Chicago event. And we're looking for, I need to find a restaurant that serves German food like Jäger Schnitzel, so good. Julian Howell, heads up, I will be out next weekend. I have to work our company's international conference. Thank you. Appreciate that, Carl. I'm talking about celebrating our birthdays in Chicago in May. Yeah, there we go. Yep, Julie can hold down the fort. We'll be good. May 26th, afternoon, the evening. It will be all ages. It will be during the show. So it will be 11 to 1 in Chicago. We'll have a little, I'm pretty sure it'll be at a pizza joint, knowing Chicago and knowing WCPT and how we've had, where they usually have their events. It's wherever they had the Bill Press, not Bill Press, who was it? Norman Goldman had an event there recently or whatever. There's a pizza place that they have it at. And I think it's free pizza for everybody, for fans of the show. I will be bringing plenty of blue patches for those who haven't gotten theirs yet or will get in. Buying a ticket home and eat the alligator. I think that'd be fun. You can get up to Wisconsin again in the same time, Julie. It's a good weekend for that. It'd be nice weather-wise. Camden's birthday is the following week, so I'll be after I leave Chicago. We'll be celebrating his birthday with his kid friends. It's gonna be a good time. Coming for my blue patch. Excellent, Denise. You get a patch and you get a patch. No. Quit, Julie. May 26th in Chicago. May 26th in Chicago. Saturday show like normal. In regular Chicago time, which is 11 to 1, and we'll have pizza and hang out afterwards. We'll have the show during. So more than likely, people will have to get there around, 10:30 Chicago time. We'll have a little bit of meet and greet. Sandra, if you haven't gotten a patch yet, just send me your email. Go to houseparks.com. Go to the contact page. In the contact page, just put in give me your address, and put in the body of the text, just write patch. So I know, so when I'm doing a search, I can find which messages are about that and get it out to you. Had my first headline gig last Thursday, 15 minutes being featured as a fan open mic, but it was still in that. Right on, King David Lane. All right. Good on you. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Birthday is May 22nd. They know what I mean. It's Cam's birthday. Oh, yes. Yes, it's Cam's birthday is May 29th. That's right. So, sorry, I misunderstood, Julie, yeah. Is Blue Patch as good as a known traveler number when going through airport security? I don't have to remove my shoes. I'll do everything I can to get the Blue Patch aligned with that, to see if I can get a Blue Patch special on, like, Clear or TSA Pre. Like a discount. But then I think I've been told that a lot, Julie. I'm going to see if at some point I'll get a version of the patch that has like a not a chip, but a visual read thing that's visibly you can't see it with the human eye. But if you scan it, you can see a code in it that lets people know you're on the up and up. Yeah. Your wife's birthday is May 24th. Well, right on, Carl. House Parks and Jason Judy are the stand-ups who most influenced my decision to start doing stand-up. You encouraged me, so thanks. Absolutely, King David Lane. I'm excited to see you grow. Go for it, man. The QR code and black light. That's a great idea. Stealthy. Black light, blue patches. Right. Lemon juice QR code. That's right. It'll all be using a pig pen cipher and just straight up Masonic, just to freak everybody out. Hal and Jason both stand-up men and an awesome stand-ups. Oh, thank you, Donna. How's Illuminati branch here? Just scan my patch. I'm one of us, right? Yeah, I gotta look into that. Like those RFID chip kind of things in it or whatever. But yeah, I'll figure out something. I don't want everybody to have to feel like, and it should have a thing on it that lifts up. It should have a code on it, like the patch. Like it should be like a cover on it that you can't read the RFID patch unless you lift it up. You know what I mean? That'd be awesome. I just realized this year would be my 30th alumni. I'm old. Wow. Yeah, mine, as would mine, right? Yeah. Want my eyes to turn red just for a moment. Arm was Via Veneto. Oh, Via Veneto. Yeah, that might be the place, Jennifer. But we'll see. They're looking into it right now. Because I might also do it at the center on Halstead, the LGBT center, which is got a little theater there. And there's a Whole Foods attached to it. And then the Chicago Diner is just down the street, which I love. Vegan food in Chicago. The Chicago Diner is the best. It's my 50th high school reunion this year. Unbelievable. Wow, integral. Impressive. That would be cooler. I think so. This year, my 40th high school reunion. Right on, Charles. Yeah, okay. Chicago Diner. Well, at the very least, we will meet at the Chicago Diner for footage. Let's just understand that that's going to be part of the deal. We're gonna I think we need we'll just walk over there afterwards and take the place over. Well, you won't be able to meet everyone, Julie, because we're pretty spread out. There's also a bunch in the, but you'll get to meet the Chicago listeners, which in many ways, I'll get to meet a lot of them for the first time. My May 26th on my calendar. Right on, Amos. The Diner, also a great movie, right? Could always have a meetup and watch Hal remotely before he comes to town. This is true. Amos, get there for the both of us, right? Why'd you say it? People will come. I agree, Julie. There's a very strong chance we might have to have like a convention, have a progressive convention for that weekend or whatever. It's not like we won't have, some issue will be on everyone's mind at that point. We are commandeering this diner for free hot dogs. Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin. I'm 2 hours away from Chi-Town. Oh, you're covered, Brett. Then yeah. That's right. If Julie's there, it's official. Needs to be in the diner near the transit train system. Yeah, that whole area is near the trains. It's walking distance from Belmont L stop, super easy. It's not too bad. That's true. Julie, they built a small base field in the cornfield. So we have a couple of Giordano's locations in Vegas now, but Illuminati's would be better. All right, we're gonna start a Giordano's versus Illuminati's fight in the chat room. Amos has it covered like a blanket. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jennifer's got the easiest one. She's in Evanston. She can just hop on at Howard and take the L down. And Tom, you're in Canada. You have to come from another country. But then so does Julie, and she's further away. Finally getting a Portillo's here. As am I. All right. It would be from the Halstead Center. Yeah, the idea that might be one of the locations. I don't know for sure. They're looking that up, but the date is definitely locked. Yeah. And I'll see if I can schedule some stand-up like the night before or something like that. If people are going to be coming in, might as well. Yeah. hot dog. Yeah, no, oh crap, it's 11:30. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta wrap, guys, because I gotta be in my car in 3 minutes to get where I'm going. But I will keep you guys posted on that. We'll come up with an event name for it as we get closer to it. But they're gonna let me know. CPT is gonna let me know what the place is for it. Within the next couple weeks. Hopefully, we should be able to nail it down. And you guys, I can't wait to see all the people who can make it there, all the ones who can't. I appreciate you guys even. We'll have some of you call in. We should set up some. Oh, it'd be great. We should set up some iPads, and then people can call in and FaceTime on those iPads, and just so they can be there in robot form when you're there. So. Carl, yeah, have a great weekend in Orlando next week, Carl. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Have passport, will travel. That's right. Well, you're Canadian. You have a passport you actually use. So we'll see you next time, you guys. You're awesome. Bye-bye. See ya.